Are you gonna hold it?
All right. Heck yeah, I'm gonna hold it for a whole hour.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
You
Absolutely.
put it down to the ground.
Nope.
Somewhere.
Mm-mm.
Left
Right
your
now,
pocket.
guys, I'm holding the laptop with my hand. Why? Because I have no idea. But February still. Well, February now. First week. Not so bad. Supposedly had a winter storm, but to me it was like only like a 2 hour morning thing, really. Well, overnight, I guess. Friday they make a big deal. They close the job sites and literally do it by 9 a.m. It was beautiful outside. And we worked Saturday, which is today. I walked around just with a shirt, bro. I mean, in the morning with a sweater, but then after a while, I'm like, oh, it's getting too hot. 50 degrees right now.
40.
Is it 40? Oh, yeah. I mean, the computer says 40. It says 39 degrees Fahrenheit. For those people who like to use, what is it called? The SE?
Let's see.
Is it SE?
In Celsius?
No. Because you have the metrics.
Yeah.
What is it? SI? Ah, damn it. Don't listen to me, guys. But you, on the other hand, and we mentioned this already, that you work in a grocery store.
Mhm.
Do you work outside or just inside, or what do you do exactly? And when I say this, I'm talking about, are you uh, mainly in the aisles stocking, or you're one with the customers, which is kind of vague.
This is a weird question for you to ask out of nowhere, but honestly, like, all I'm doing is one of three things: either I'm being a checker, being a bagger, or doing parking lot outside.
Right there.
Yeah.
Now, those 2 days that we had winter
Mm-hmm.
storm, well, actually, one of them was a day off, right?
Yeah, I had a day off, so
And for this purposes, we won't say which day off in case somebody calculates that. But did you work outside in the cold, cold winter?
not long enough, and also it's not really like they just had me inside that day. Not like they wouldn't put somebody outside; they're gonna put somebody outside. I just wasn't chosen.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working inside, so they have the heater on, so I'm good.
Yeah. Last year we used to have a heater outside for us, but the
Wait,
only
what?
reason, yeah,
You have a heater outside?
used to.
Oh, is it where there's like a little what's it called? A pedestal with a heater in the back of it?
There's no pedestal.
I thought it was a pedestal.
No, no,
So what was it?
no. The heater was just really tall. That's it. The thing is, with that one, the only reason we had that was because at the time we had sanitation because COVID was barely a new thing, so we had sanitation person, and sometimes I hated whoever was going to be sanitation, depending on who it was and what they were doing.
Why is that?
Okay, so the thing was, sanitation, if you were doing it, was the easiest job in HEB, but you also got paid way more than most of us.
Wait, what?
At least if you're a parking lot. I don't know about other, um, like specific job titles, but if you were just a bagger or parking lot, you were paid. At least for me, it was at its time $10. Um, but as soon as I got checker, I got 14, even though they said, "Oh yeah, you get 15."
Wait, you start 14?
Yeah, I started 14.
Do you get a raise to 15 or not yet?
I'm already at 15.
Oh, okay.
No, just
Hey, that's badass.
kind of depends.
To me, 15
It's a
is
lot.
above average. Average for me is like $10. That's like average.
Apparently, right now you can get $12 being a bagger.
$12. Really?
Yeah, parking lot. Yeah,
Not bad.
kind of. It depends on how you want to look into it.
I guess you have to deal with the weather.
No,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm taking the parking lot. Bagger.
no, technically you would too, just because you sometimes customers need help with things they bought,
Oh,
so
I
you
see
would
what
go
you mean.
outside as well.
But baggers more like part timers, no?
Generally, those roles are going to be. It's not even that's not even the job title. It's customer service associate, I believe.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
or assistant, something like that. But customer representative, something like that. I don't remember. But it's CSA, so customer service associates. I think that makes more sense. And then they tell you, here's what you're gonna do. That's like the second higher management, I guess. Whatever, the second level higher than you, whatever. But that's not really the thing. So with sanitation, as far as I understood, if you got hired into the role of sanitation, it's different. But if you're just a regular customer service assistant, which means you could be also a cashier as well.
Well, let me.
It's just you have to get trained to be a cashier. So you'd have to wait until the store leaders would tell you, like, oh, hey, do you want to be a cashier? There's gonna be a training coming up to become one. Otherwise, you can either ask them, hey, can I be a cashier? And it's like, oh yeah, but you have to wait until like they start making a seminar, find somebody to teach that class and everything. So it's gonna be a while. It's like you don't get immediate training when you want it.
I know. I noticed that because Alex, well, my wife, she also was working for the grocery store.
When?
Yeah, she worked in the grocery store, similar to yours.
Oh, you mean that other one?
Yeah, and she took the training and all this stuff, and it was so happened like they're accepting people right now, like for cashiers, and she said it was pretty easy. Like literally, they show you like a terminal and show you how the button works and things like that, and the codes, and
most of the time it is. Yeah.
And you need to be of age so you can have the license to sell alcohol.
Yeah.
Which I should remember right now.
No, you could still technically sell it, I believe.
Really?
Well, maybe it's not sell. You can get the alcohol for a customer at 16 if they ask for it. I think you could sell it. There's certain things where you're required, but regardless, like there's a few things about it. Like if a customer looks younger than 30, you have to ask for their ID. Doesn't matter.
But then isn't that like discriminating in a way because you're basing on their looks and whatnot?
You're just judging them the best as you can. That's about it. Like you're not gonna ask every customer for their ID because like sometimes like it's obvious you're like really old.
Especially if you know them, like okay.
I mean, yeah, like eventually if you see them enough times, like okay, but you do have to ask their ID and you're supposed to like type it in, the date sometimes depending, but other times you could just see it and it's like well as long as before 2000 already you know that they're over 21.
Oh dang.
Yeah, you just think about it. It's like, wait, what?
2000.
Yeah.
As long as it's over 2000,
no, it's
if it's under 2000, you're good.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I did have like one day where the customer literally had his birthday the next day, and I looked at it again, like, wait a minute. Is it 21?
Oh, okay. So in that, situation, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
I guess it's a special situation. Will you have to legally not sell it then?
Only if it's the day before the birthday. If it's the day of their birthday, honestly, just go talk to a manager, ask them, like, is it fine? It should be.
No, I mean, but it should be because it's the day of your birthday is they turn 21.
Yeah.
The legal age is 21 still, right?
Yeah.
And what's it called? So, if they come to you to buy beer and you're
18 probably is the year you could. I'm not sure 16.
No, 18? Oh, you're talking about like to be able to be a cashier selling alcohol products.
Yeah. You could sell it at a young age. You just can't drink it or,
you can
buy it.
Okay, got you. It's just the ability to able to sell to the customers. That's it.
Yeah, just
under the supervision of the company.
Kind of. They're not really paying attention to you that much. They're just letting you. Apparently there is like kind of inspectors where they'll see what you do and like if the inspector is young and you don't ask them for their ID, you just sell it to them. They'll report it. I mean, you'll get a warning about it.
How would they know?
I just said there's an inspector.
Wait, okay. I think I missed that part. There'll be an inspector?
Yeah, so basically, it's probably not called inspector. There's a different word for it. But basically, they get somebody else to go and get a beer. Obviously, looks younger.
Okay.
And then they have to be stopped by the cashier to ask for their ID. If they don't ask for it and they sell it,
They get a warning. Oh, depending
yeah,
where they're at.
yeah.
Okay,
But
I
the entire
understand now.
transaction has to be completed. Like
So
you,
they have
you
they have until that time. I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off. They have until that time before they press pay and everything to stop that person or ask the person, "Hey, what's
Yeah,
your age?"
even if you accidentally like typed in, is he over 30? Yes, just to make it quick and everything. At the very moment the payment is complete, that's when you fucked up. And also, it's much more severe selling alcohol for the person selling it than it is for the person buying it. Very severe.
Hmm.
Like everything's severe.
Because all
It's a bigger
starts
fine, and you actually get jail time. I think.
because it starts with the seller
Yeah, more or less.
in a way. But okay, so to be clear, the inspectors there, they send
This
a
is somebody.
participant, I guess,
Yeah.
to purchase it
Their
on a
system
very
works.
careful watch
Yeah.
to basically, a surprise. Surprise.
Yeah.
It's like
Police
that in
that do
Jack in the Box. I used to work in Jack in the
What do they
Box.
do? Oh,
Something
it's
easy.
customer.
Usually,
Yeah.
they always tell us, guys, if somebody order like just a soda, a water, something like out of the ordinary, yeah, like someone orders one taco only, that's it. Do your best, give the best customer service you ever can, because that can be like a surprise
Inspection. Yeah.
inspection. And yeah, I actually witnessed like one or two,
Mhm.
and some people actually pay for it and say, "Oh, I want to see customers out here. No, I mean how the customer service being, and yeah, pass." I never heard like, "Oh yeah, fail, whatever," or sometimes they do it on the actual drive-through speaker intercom, whatever you want to call it, and they say, "Oh, no, that's okay. I don't need all that. I was just here for a surprise inspection, whatnot." It's just reminding me of that right now when you said your inspection for alcohol selling to younger kids. But no,
Oh,
that's
I'm not selling
pretty
to young
cool.
kids. Yeah.
No, I don't sell to young kids. I sell people who look over 30.
Sure.
So, I mean, you can't really base them on looks, dude, because
No, yeah, I can.
there's some people who look super young
Yeah.
and they're over 30. Oh, well,
I still have to.
that's
Ask.
safe then.
That's just me asking.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
There's also a second thing, and that is, if I notice that they're all pulling money together, I can't sell it to them.
Yes, I did notice that because the cashier noticed that my wife picked up the beer and put it there,
Mhm.
and I came to pay. She's unloading everything from the cart
Yeah.
to the belt,
Yeah.
and then I came to pay. And she said, "Well, actually, I need to see the ID for both of y'all
Yeah.
because she's loading it,
Mhm.
and you're buying it." Yeah, I see what you're talking about, and I guess everybody pitching in, that's like
That's more
red
of
flag.
like, yeah, because like, oh, your guy's gonna drink it too. All right.
So what do you do? And I'm probably just nitpicking it, whatever crap. You said if you look at it and you see people pitching in, okay, cool, red flag. Now, how about this? Like, the person is short change for like a quarter or a dollar, whatever, like small amount.
Mhm.
And say, hey, bro, spot me $1 or something.
No. Put something back. It's usually what it's like, I don't even say anything. They just see it in their first eyes, like, ah, shoot, what should I take out? That's about it. I don't have to say anything. They just do it immediately. They just
Well, I
know.
mean, yeah, there's some people who
It kind
actually.
of sucks. And
like-
sometimes, if it's just a penny, like even the management, well, some of them I haven't really interacted enough to know like what they feel about it. Some of them it seems like even if it was just penny, it's like they don't want me having short.
Oh, hold up.
No. Like even a penny missing from the till kind of idea.
Okay, you know what? I heard about this before, and I forgot what it was. When it's a negative till, that's bad because it means you're stealing money. Now, however,
And
what
I'm
if
not
it's a
stealing.
positive?
No, that's okay. So here's the thing. Here's reasons why there could be a positive. Right. First of all, you may have given incorrect change, and you're shortchanging the customer. And in that case, it's the customer's job at that point to like point it out, and you're not supposed to give them any more cash. Instead, what's supposed to happen is you're going to call a manager. They're going to get somebody to count the till, all of it, before you're allowed to give any more cash to the customer. Because all you know is they're lying to you, and they're just trying to get more money,
No, but
however small it may be.
okay, I understand that situation. So I understand like saying, "Oh, sir, you owe me $5."
No,
Manager comes in, you have to count out the till,
No.
and if you're over $5, oh, he's telling the truth. Here you go, $5.
Yeah. There's a second way.
There you go. Let's see if that's the one.
So the second way is if the customer gives you money and it says keep the change. What do you do then? Generally, what we do is just put it to the side because it's usually just a little bit amount of money. It's not too much.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes we use that amount for other people who like, oh, I'm like missing a penny or two. And it's like, don't worry about it. We got it. And so we'll break whatever small change another customer gave into it and just cover it. So it's easier for us to just give out a clean bill or quarters instead of like counting every coin. Sometimes. Other times we just leave the coin right there and just like give you exact change.
So if I understood that right, if it's $14.98, right? And the customer gives you
$15.
Well,
that's 2 pennies.
Let's
right?
make it better. $15.02.
All right.
And they give you a $20 bill. You use the 2 cents to cover the 2 cents and then give them a straight $5 bill.
We could if we wanted to. Chances are we're not. Only because there's no certainty that we're going to get it. You have to wait until that happens. And even then, it's like, that's on you to decide if you want to do it or not.
No, but I'm saying you do have the money outside.
Assuming that there was a present customer, it's like, keep the change. There happen to be a few pennies and quarters in there. And then the customer comes in, it's $15.02, gives you just $15. It's up to you at that point to decide, well, do I just cover the 2 cents with the customer's last tip? Or do I tell the guy, or does the guy realize eventually, like, shit, I don't have enough. I'll put this back. That's about it.
Usually the case. Okay, cool. I've thought of another situation. I don't know. This podcast came to freaking your grocery shopping work, but
I haven't even finished.
To me, dude, you can give me rules, but I always come across with something and overthink it. For example, you should say if it's like a little bit of change, say, I keep the change. You're able to get it because it's small change. Now, what do you do if the change is $7.44? Let's just say, and it's okay, I don't need it. What will you do at that point?
What are you talking about? No. Honestly, the only thing we're supposed to do is they never said anything about that. It's pretty rare that ever happens.
Yeah, it's
the first thing. But the thing is, usually they won't say keep the change, and that's it. Because it's against company policy to accept tips.
Yes.
But it is different if they said keep the change, because they're not referring to it as, oh, here's a tip. Just keep the change. There's no implication it's a tip for you. It's just keep the change.
So you put it to the side?
So rather, it's the companies or just the cashier in general. Totally different story. At that point, the cashier is the only one that knows about it. There is a camera, always staring down. You'll see money. But they're never going to really check the footage for that money.
Okay, so
at that point, you have 2 options. Either option A, don't leave the money outside the till, put it inside. That's it. End of story. Option 2, leave the money outside the till, and that's it. Or option 3, pocket the change. Up to you to decide you're willing to put money that did not go into a register or may have came out of a register and put it into your.
I think the third one is like a risk.
That becomes a risk.
Even though you're not intentionally stealing from the company, but it may look
it's just
wrong
footage
under the footage.
Without any other reason. Now, the thing is, there's also the fact that they won't look at the footage because there's almost no reason to, unless the till is shortchanged.
Okay.
Which, in case you don't know, means whatever balance was from all the purchases made that day, and it's the money in there is less than it should be. Basically, they just won't check it. There's no reason to. It's like, okay, if it's positive, they're not gonna check it either because it's like, oh, okay, unless it's a significant amount where it's like, this doesn't make sense.
Like $1, $6. Yeah, it's fine. Something happened, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I was like $100. Whoa.
It's like, wait a minute, what happened here?
Why is it $100 positive?
Yeah, that's gonna be weird because like they're gonna try to figure out where did this come from, why. They'll know who were in the register
Because I asked the.
because you have to log in.
Oh, there you
Now
go.
the only reason they wouldn't know if you're in the register is if the other person in the register didn't log out, and usually they don't do it if they're gonna take a bathroom break for a quick reason. Then that's it. And then they're gonna come back. Now sometimes some of the partners decide like, oh well, I'll just use my own instead. I'll just log you out and put my own, and then once you come back, I'll log out and you come back in.
Okay, just steer away from the cashier. Well, still in the cashier side, but I steer away from the till now. Now you brought up something that I'm now curious: is lunchtime, break time, usage. So you work for 2 hours and 15-minute break, or what?
Every 2 hours should be a 15-minute break. However,
So okay,
that's not always possible.
case.
Sometimes it'll take a little longer. Sometimes they'll ask you a little bit sooner, depending on if there's too many people on break right now, or the store's too packed for us to like give you the break at that time. There's also the fact that if you're working over 6 hours, at least in this store, if you're working 6.5 hours, you're gonna have to take a lunch, which means you're required to have a 30-minute lunch.
So
I thought it was only 8-hour ones, and then eventually someone told me, eventually got a 7-hour shift, and it's like, oh no, you also get it in a 7-hour one. It's like, oh, and then I got a 6.5 one, and then it turns out, oh, you need to have lunch. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, as soon as you have 6.5 hours, you have to have lunch.
because as over 6, you have to have a lunch. So at 6.5 is the max where you have to get the lunch, right?
Yeah, you have to get it.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah.
Because some people were trying to work us for 7 hours and then go on lunch. I was like, no.
Yeah.
6
and then
hours
I
lunch.
think if it's 8.5 or 9, you have to have an hour lunch. But I'm not entirely sure because I never.
Oh, I don't know about
I was
that.
I never had a double shift,
Mm-hmm.
so I wouldn't know about the lunch.
But now
The hour lunch.
the lunch part.
Yeah.
Everybody's a partner, right?
Yeah.
So the partner comes to you, hey, Evo, take your lunch. They'll tell you most of the time, or you initially, hey, it's my lunchtime, I have to go. Or
Depends on what kind of mood you have. If you waited for far too long, you're just gonna leave. It's like, nah, it's my lunch. Not my fault. You guys didn't run the store right. Depends. Other times you're just like,
and
"Oh,
you're
I'll wait."
protected, right? Because at 6.5, you have to take your lunch.
Not the I won't say managers, store leaders, I guess, or whatever it's called. They'll be like slightly mad at you. And it's like, hey, let us know. But it's like, hey, it was your job to give me my lunch. I waited an hour after my scheduled lunch.
So sometimes you have to give them a heads up, like, hey, bro, just letting you know, 30 minutes is my
It is
lunchtime.
preferred, and sometimes they'll just forget, even though they have the schedule.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, they're running a lot of things and making sure
They
everything.
are, but it's still one of those things where it's like, hey, it's a lunch break, or it's a break.
All right, so
That's
restrooms.
it.
You just like, hey, manager.
No,
can you
the
go
restroom thing, usually you could just ask majority of the baggers, at least in my store,
They know.
they are a cashier, so you could just say, hey, can you cover for me? Or, hey, can you ask that guy over there if he can cover for me? Usually just code 1.
When you're super busy, you always have a bagger, right?
No,
No? Or you have a floater that has a bagger.
usually it's the float. We usually at least have one floater. But if it's a known day that's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a heavy day,
Which is like Thanksgiving and near Christmas.
yeah, they'll usually schedule as many people as
Or
possible.
when there's a panic attack about, oh, it's gonna freeze tomorrow. Hurry, everybody buy all these meat and toilet
I don't
paper.
even think they were that smart. They didn't hire that many people, and also some of them got
They
sick.
didn't? I would have thought, knowing by now that everybody has
No,
a panic
'cause,
attack. Or
No, it's not that they're not smart enough. It's just that they already set the schedule, and so once that happens, it's like it's a last minute thing. There are some managers that will call up same day, like, "Hey, can you show up either earlier or like, can you show up these hours right now?"
yeah, that's my
They'll
mistake.
offer.
Because that winter was like a 4-day warning already. Not a
Yeah.
week or 2 week where scheduling is being done. I don't know how y'all do it, but
It's every week they give
Every
us the
week.
schedule.
Okay.
There was a time they gave us 2-week head schedule, But then they stopped that. It was like,
Mhm.
it was the best for me because, like, oh, I can actually plan around now. But with 1 week, you don't really get that.
True.
Yeah.
And usually,
You could kind of do it, but it's always at the end of the week.
yeah, which is like a Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, and even then, it's like it's possible you're either scheduled that day or like it, by the time you wanted to make an appointment, it's already too late.
Well, I mean, Friday's when they set the official week, right? Can't you tell them on a Thursday, hey, let you know, since I don't know my schedule for next week, I set an appointment. Because it doesn't revolve around the company, you know? It revolves around you sometimes. Like,
Yeah,
like I
more or less.
have to have this appointment at this date. I cannot change this date. Just letting you know since you're doing the scheduling.
Yeah,
Or
that's one thing I haven't really thought about. But what you are able to do is to request your you can change your availability either permanently or temporarily. If you wanted to. So
okay.
you can make it to like this day I never want to be scheduled. Or you can just make it for this one particular week I don't want to be scheduled during this time.
Do you have like a limit of temporary things? Like
I have
you can't be
no
doing
idea.
that.
I've never really tried that any further.
But the manager will catch on. But hey, dude, you have to. Or I think I'm just carrying myself overthinking. But this is gonna be like a 2 segment thing, but still an hour. We're gonna have a special guest. Hopefully, it'll be all good. And if the special guest doesn't come in time, then we'll continue on to same segment or a different segment. But yeah. What was I gonna say? So your job sounds pretty straightforward in a way.
Yes and no. There's definitely anger sometimes. But
But are you talking about like as a cashier?
a little bit of everything. But I've honestly been shifting it slightly. I just prefer not to talk about it too much, just primarily because it's one of those things where, while it could help some people.
Well, let's sum it up.
Well-
I'll help you right now. Let me help you right now.
No.
Let me just
I'm not even going to say it.
okay.
Here's my reason why I'm not going to, all right? I'd rather the people who are working in these positions, such as what I'm doing right now, to really think to themselves, does the company really care about you? That's really it. Because no doubt they are aware of the situation, but they kind of do nothing about it. Here's what I mean. Say it's a regular work day and suddenly it's kind of packed. All right? But earlier in that day, it wasn't that packed. So they sent somebody home early.
I hate when that happens.
Now you worked in Jackbox.
Mhm.
I assume something like that happened based on what
Yeah.
you just said, where they sent somebody early, but then it turns out, hey, like an hour later, we wish we kind of had that guy still, because he was still scheduled for that time. It would have helped us out a lot. Now we have to face the stress of rush hour. But no, the positions just slightly above you, the team leader, whatever it's called, because I don't really know, they're the ones that are focused with how many hours are given out. Because they are incentivized to cut as many hours as they can, because they get money out of it. You don't. So not only did they take your money away from you, they
But-
made money from
But-
taking money from you.
But what do you mean take money away from you? Like, yes, I understand what you mean, but are they forcing you to leave?
Now that's a different story.
Because I'm saying if voluntarily you leave, then they didn't take your money.
I know, that's why. They don't tell you most of the time. They could say no. But they'll go with you. It's like, hey, do you want to leave? And your first thought is like, well, because you're barely starting out. If you're just a first-time worker, you may be thinking to yourself, you know what, I should do what's best for the company. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's stupid. Do what's best for you. Because they don't give a fuck about you. If it just so happens to be coincidental, like, oh, hey, it's fine. I can go. Like, it seems dead. It's fine. It doesn't matter if you thought to yourself, like, oh, this would be great for me to go home early.
But do they?
It's
And I'm
more or
s-
less, you were thinking about the company first before yourself. Don't do that. Don't.
Well, sometimes, I mean,
At least
I know,
not
I
this
know
kind of
you're
company.
not. I know you're not accusing every single one of them. Of
No,
course.
it's
Let's
like
just get that
you
straight
eventually,
out.
You eventually realize, like, it's kind of like it's unfair, and also it's like you don't know them enough to be like, is this what they're thinking? What is their relationship to you? What is their relationship to
But
other
sometimes
people?
I can say,
But it's very easy to just make them
it's
the
just
villain.
a bad call. Sometimes it's just a bad call.
Yeah, you'll regret it a bit. It's like, I shouldn't have done that. Sometimes it's stainless. Sometimes it takes a while. Like, shit, maybe I shouldn't. But unless you just really wanted to go home early, don't do it. So that's about it. Like, if they tell you, but you're like, well, I need money.
Can they jump on a cash register too, or they're no?
No, usually they
really.
can, but as long as there's other ones around.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
There
like
needs to at least be one free one.
yeah, because like in our work, there's some foremen who wants to still work.
Yeah.
And I tell them because I have experience from somebody else who said, well, let me tell you the first foreman. The first he became a foreman and he's running the jobs, and he was still putting his tools on, and he told me that his conversation with the general foreman was, you shouldn't be putting tools, and he's like, well, I want to help with the others, like saying that we're, I'm there for them, and he said,
see, I
know,
that.
I know what you're trying to do. I'm telling you, you should not do that. And he didn't understand until later on. And he finally caught on what he meant, because you're a foreman. You're supposed to help everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you want to help them with the project. Oh, let me do this. I can help out. But then somebody say, hey, I have a question. Yeah. So you have to stop, go over there, then come back, and then stop, go over there, come back. And then you realize, okay, maybe I can't put my tools on because I'm too busy doing paperwork, running the crew and whatnot. And this foreman that I have right now, he's a young kid. I mean, well, he's not really a kid, but he's a quarter already. And he tries to put his tools on, and I mean, he busts ass. I mean, he's pretty cool. He's smart ass though, but
I mean, it's kind of nice
he's a good worker
if they work hard, but it also still depends, because even I can understand what you meant. Like, their position was mainly like, you either paperwork, or if somebody has a question, you have to do your best to answer it or find a way to get an answer for it.
Yeah, but you relate back to your cashier with the team leader, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
That yes, they can hop onto a cashier, but then if there's not enough, I guess, team leaders or whatever you want to call them, then you have to stop at the cash register, close it quick, and go over there and answer questions. So I can see why they don't jump in. Which, my original question was, why don't they jump in? But I already answered myself.
I mean, basically, the only thing that there's definitely going to be some, but they need to at least have one that isn't.
No, I understand. Okay.
Because usually it's to answer either a customer or another employee's question because of something that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But that little topic, and I probably want to spread it out more. No, probably not. The companies, we already have a thought that, I mean, and a lot of people, new people, they do it because they're fear of getting canceled. Well, when I say canceled, I mean like fired.
Some of it's canceled. Some of it's just being fired by the company.
Yeah, but they're thinking, oh, let me do this for the company. I'll get recognized, this and this and that. I do not think that doesn't work like that. The only time it works like that is
it's more favoritism.
You know the right people.
Yeah.
Like favoritism, yeah. If you know the right people, at the right time, at the right place, you'll get there quicker.
Yeah.
If you know the right people. And if they like you too.
I kind of hate that too, because it's like, you kind of want to be a nice person to people in general.
Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't work, dude.
No. I mean, like, the customer is just
the
customer. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to like, upper management.
Oh, I was talking about just like management.
No, I'm just right. Like, there's only about 4 people, right? There's the owner, the upper management, fellow co-workers, and the customer.
Wait, say it again.
Owner.
No, the third one.
Upper management, co-workers.
Oh, co-workers. Okay.
Totally different from upper management.
No,
it could be any level of upper management.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
It's just like, if they can tell you something and you kind of have to do it, upper management. Yeah. If they're just a friend and like somebody asked them to do it, it's like, all right, it's your friend. It's like, all right, I'll help you out. No, sometimes you do have to learn, like, saying no.
Yeah, well, you have to learn your boundaries too, but
you have to learn, like, that's not me. That's not what I do, and I don't want to be involved with that.
Yeah.
Go find somebody else. I can't help you with this thing in particular.
And this is what I started to do.
And it's kind of hard sometimes, because like you have to say no. Sometimes your friends, like, shit.
Like this woman. I mean, I'm not saying he's my friend because I don't really recognize
But you
him
know
as
him
a friend.
as an acquaintance.
Acquaintance. See, a lot of people say like, well, we're not friends. And you're like, oh, we're not friends. No. When I say we're not friends, I'm talking about we're not at that level as a friends where hanging out and all this stuff, basic. When I say acquaintance, they're like, some people be like,
It still feels a bit far.
but to me,
It's
acquaintance
just
means
your work buddy. That's about it.
like a work, like a work buddy. Oh, okay, I like you, but not to the point I want to hang out with you and chill, whatever.
That's kind of hard.
Okay, so this format, I think of him as an acquaintance, right?
Yeah.
He gets to me sometimes, and sometimes I want to, but he, in a way, since I know him, right, he'll tell me to do certain things, and now, before then, I'll do whatever, but now I'm like, hey, bro, whoa, hold your horses. What you're asking me to do is something that's supposed to be your job title. Like he wants me to tell this guy, hey, go to this guy and show him what we're doing. And I'm like, no, dude. Yes, I know what I'm doing. I know you, but I'm not going to do that because, first of all, I'm an apprentice. He's a journeyman. And to you, be like, it's just telling him, that's it. You're not lining him out. Lining him out means like telling him what to do. And he will probably go loophole like, well, I'm not telling you to line him out. I'm telling you just to show him. I'm like, no. I don't care if it's a show or telling. I don't care what kind of words you're using. I'm not gonna go do your job, even though you're asking like an acquaintance friend, whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
But that's not my job title.
Yeah, you don't want to have that.
Which I mean,
you just don't want to have a bad relationship with the other guy.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah.
Because it's like, I kind of get it.
Basically, back to boundaries. Like, know your boundaries, bro. Because you're asking something which I don't mind doing, but you have to think back on boundaries. Say, that's not my thing. I'm not getting paid. That's why you're the one getting paid for you to do that. Just because you're busy, don't sneak around. Oh, you go tell him. No. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's something you were saying.
Just some things like,
it's okay to say no.
You just have to remember that part the most. It's like,
I mean, and something happens and they get mad that you're not doing it. That's called retaliation, no? Like, I'm gonna make him do this because he told me no.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That never happened to me. I don't think. And then if it did happen without me knowing, I'll probably enjoy whatever they told me to do.
I mean, because it's like, well, you told me to do this. Not my fault. I couldn't do my own task because you told me to do it.
Well, on that note, we're going to stop it right there. Not completely. Like I said, we didn't have a guest featured right now.
I still haven't finished the thing I was talking about earlier. Because you just deviated every time.
Yes, I deviate everything. That's the podcast, deviation. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe.
What were we talking about?
Because I was trying to say, like, why
the upper management. Huh?
Yeah, it was with sanitation. And then you just deviated everything.
Dude, I was just so curious. Okay, so sanitation, they get paid more than a regular parking lot or cashier, right?
You would basically be paid the same thing as, like, I'm not entirely sure how much they would get paid, but I assume it was about the same price as a cashier, if I had to guess, because there was an actual job title for sanitation.
Huh, that's crazy.
And then they eventually got rid of it, but, like, because, like, it's like, COVID's not much of a thing anymore. At least to the store.
In a way.
Yeah, to the store. And the thing was that
because
they had the titles,
because they were trying to, set themselves to be...
No, just stop. Just don't even talk about it.
Yes.
Right? All right? Let me finish it. All right? So basically...
But I like cutting people off.
Yes, of course. That's why there's road rage against you. Right? All right? Okay? As I was saying, sanitation... At least at that time, it was about a year, maybe a year and a half that lasted. They had a heater, and the only reason was because sanitation would have to be outside, and they would spray the cart with this liquid, like sanitation cleaner, all right? Now, the thing is, they would tell the parking lot people, hey, you need to clean that. There's sometimes customers leave trash in there, and I hated it, personally.
Oh, yeah.
I hated doing that. Eventually, I found a way to convince myself. But remember, I'm not going to try to explain myself. Why? All right? I don't want to convince people to, like, accept it.
Oh, backfire.
Yeah. I know.
Go.
I just, like, know that it exists, anger, regardless. Never forget that. But in the end, it's like your sanitation. It's cold outside. The only reason there's a heater here is because you're outside. Otherwise, management wouldn't care about us at all. And they let us just be outside the entire day, freezing.
That's where we're coming from. We were talking about the sanitation and how much they're getting paid as a cashier in the parking lots, even though they're doing a little bit more. But being outside and the sanitation is just there, handing out masks or giving them hand
No, they don't
sanitizer.
hand out masks.
Oh, no?
That's the front door end.
Oh, the front door.
Yeah, sanitation is just spraying the carts with the liquid. That's it.
the
That's
little-
all they did with a spray pump. That's all they
What the
did.
hell is the difference between spraying there and y'all pushing, actually physically working outside in the parking lot? And they're getting paid more.
There was that too, yeah.
That's what? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That was the one thing. The other thing was they could be on their phone. Entire time.
What?
They could be because nobody's really looking outside.
Oh, okay.
Parking lot could do it too, kind of. But the thing is, if management comes outside and they see there's no carts there, easy to tell, like, hey, what's going on?
Oh,
And they kind of get mad at you. They can't tell if the sanitation person does their job or not.
They'd be like, oh, I already
They can see it's
finished.
kind of wet sometimes, but it's not all of it wet.
Yeah.
And then there's also the fact that sometimes they'll just be on their phone for the longest time,
I'm getting.
and then
Hey.
they're sometimes talking with other people that are also coworkers that also just happen to be outside. And it's like, hey, you know, I'm pushing all these carts. The least you could do is clean up the trash or the bird shit that birds were shitting on them.
Well, it comes down to management. So
Management
directing
isn't
them.
looking back in.
But like I said, it's more like the manager. I mean, although yes, you're like, come on, dude, do something else too. But I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
everybody got their chance to. Do
I
what
got
they
to
wanna
at
do.
least be sanitation twice,
Oh wow! But the same.
but
rate?
only because like somebody was giving away the shift. I was still paid the same amount that I was paid.
Rip off. You
Yeah,
should
but-
have asked them, hey, can I get that wage?
No, it's like that wasn't even it. It's like that's how the store works. At least like it doesn't matter what you're paid, as long as it's proved, you're gonna get paid the same amount you always have. You're just doing that task. That's on you.
Wait, that's not bad in a way. If you're getting $15 an hour already.
No. That was when I was getting 10.
Well, I mean, I'm saying if you're getting paid $15 an hour, you get somebody who's
If it was an easier task, then like, oh, that's worth it then to do it, because I'm still getting paid the same high amount of salary.
so that's a pros and cons.
There's some things, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So as an example of this, there could be a guy that has a position, he's being paid $10 an hour, and then he's gonna give away his shift. There's a guy with $15 an hour. He says, "Oh, I'll take that shift." He's still gonna get paid $15 an hour.
That's not
If it was the other way around, that's not gonna happen. Now, rather, the $10 guy can do the $15 position. Totally different story.
well, huh? No big. Okay. No, I'm
No,
not.
different story.
I'm not. Yeah, different story. But
Yeah.
did we answer everything from the beginning, which was the
Almost.
sanitation?
The only personal story was the fact that there was this one person, right? And I see her. I hate her guts.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right.
A little bit.
Let's not condone
A little.
hatred.
No, we're gonna
But
go.
let's say dislike. We dislike this person.
No, I hate her. I can like a person and also hate them at the exact same time.
Okay.
All right?
What
I'm possible for both
What does
things.
she do for you to make
All right.
hate her? I guess.
I somewhat blame the customer, but here's the thing: I'm pushing carts. I'm cleaning the carts from all the trash that other customers
Okay.
leave. All right. A customer comes out. He puts the cart and then he decides to put $2 there. This bitch gets the money. She's not cleaning the carts. She's spraying water. Well, it's not water, it's sanitation fluids. She gets the money. It's like, I'm pushing all the carts. The fuck? Why you get the money? You're just there,
No.
standing. Now, obviously, I can understand more or less what the customer is thinking. It's like, oh, this probably should go to the sanitation person because they're cleaning out the carts, and I'm just leaving it right there. The rest of them. As for the parking lot guy, he's just pushing the carts. And so
But I mean-
I just did his
I
job
mean-
for him. By not taking it all the way to my car.
I will back you up,
Now
bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like, at least in the past, considering now, I see it. It's just at that moment I was mad. It's like, because she wasn't gonna push the car back into the rest of it. She was just like gonna take the money and that's it. I still need to push the cart in.
Oh, okay. I understand. So
That's where the anger comes in.
so it's not because, and probably slightly you're like, man, but
That was the start.
but let's rephrase
that was the
it to
start
the point.
of the anger.
Let's rephrase the point of a better, positive way. The car was there and needed to be pushed back to the station. However, the customer left a $2. We're not gonna say tip. He just left $2.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Because we don't know who tip. Now he
Yeah.
doesn't know who's gonna grab it or whatever.
Yeah.
However, that lady went over there. Like she saw. I'm pretty sure she saw it then.
yeah,
She walked to that car out because I'm
Yeah.
thinking that sanitation only stays in one spot.
yeah.
Right.
unless they're gonna
So
put
she
it on the
walked
cart.
over there. She probably noticed the $2 money. She saw
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
and grabbed the money, and
Yeah.
that's it. And went back to her station.
Yeah. She didn't push the cart into it. She just took the money
Okay,
and that's it.
you know what?
And that's where you got kind of pissed. It's like, you could have at least done it. It's like, just push it with the rest of them. Like, he literally left it where all you have to do is just turn the cart 15 more degrees and then push. But no.
No, okay. Not the way you said it like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
It's like,
Be a team player at
Because I
least.
still need to do it. I
Yeah.
still need to push it to put the other carts in. Because otherwise,
So
it misses me
it's
out.
like I said, it's not mostly about the money. It was more like that beach just went there, grabbed the money, and they didn't even help be a team leader. He just went over
Yeah.
there being greedy.
Yeah.
I mean, she, not he. Wait, he or she?
I'm lying about the gender, maybe.
Okay, he, she, he. Okay, let's do that. Good cover up. I already fucked it up. Okay, but now let's stop right there because I'm not liking the hatred thing. But
not hatred,
No,
it's just
I
that
understand.
it is-
It's the
mildly
concept. It's the
infuriating.
concept
Yes.
of how, like, come on, dude, be a team player. Come on.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take the money, at least help out.
Yeah.
I don't care if you take the money. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
kinda
need it.
Share it. Share it.
Oh,
if
I mean,
anything. share it.
share it.
Share it.
Even if it's 50 cents. Share it. I can
Yeah.
buy all the soda 50 cents. Okay, stop. We answer everything.
Because you know
I'm
I
cutting
do a
everything
hard
off.
job, and, when
And
you
I
don't-
said,
yeah. That's the other problem. It's where you may believe like you're doing more work than the other person. The thing is, they both have their own things, and it's like, regardless what if you can't do something they can't, totally different story.
yeah.
It's more complicated. Well, it's not a simple thing to answer
Yeah.
without being somewhat biased about it.
I understand.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm going to cut you off now.
We're gonna find our guest.
We're going to get our guests in a bit.
All right. Hopefully, I don't.
For
do that
y'all,
process.
it's going to be within seconds. For us, it's going to be minutes. But to sum it up, how we went from freaking talking about work.
Well,
from
you
each
suddenly
other.
just decided to ask me about being.
But then I started asking him a question, and I got more curious, asking him more questions to the point it got personal in the end. So
it got personal
Hell
right in the
yeah.
beginning, and then you sidetracked it, and then I brought it back.
yeah, hold on, I'm not done with that bitch yet. All right, we'll be right back. Like I said, a few seconds for y'all, but a few minutes for us. It actually been like more like 45 minutes, give or take.
Yeah, right now she's changing a diaper.
And right now we have our guest speaker, Alex Norma Hernandez.
Hey.
Right now she's changing our daughter's pamper right now. And the only reason she's our guest speaker today is because her birthday is coming up in a couple of days. She's gonna turn 15 again.
Yeah.
Ah.
Now then,
I
you
will.
finally explained to her about the
21.
ice cream.
Oh, okay. So like I said, I
So
told
it's my
you.
fault the first time. Here's what happens. This is my version. Right? He'll
Abel's.
explain his version.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna try
Stop
to do
right
the
there.
best I can.
Stop right there.
Uh-huh.
Guys, he did a Bruno reference where the guy tried to tell the story, and the girl, what's her name again? That girl with the yellow dress has a cloud over her head, and she says like, "Are you telling the story or am I?" Anyways,
Yeah.
go ahead. Ewa.
Okay.
No
So
punchline.
first of all, instead of getting gas, which I said we probably should do first, we went to McDonald's because I kind
Yeah.
of said I wanted to get something, and then we go to McDonald's. You decide to use. I tell you like, hey, I want to use my points. I'm gonna get an ice cream cone, and then I was like, but I want nuggets.
That's why.
That's not the only thing. That's not
No,
the only thing.
that's
No,
why.
not yet. Not yet. That's where you got the idea of using your points for the ice cream cone. All right? And that's where you messed up. And then here's where it goes from there. Okay?
Hold on. Backstory right
No,
there.
no. I said I'll
backstory.
tell my story first.
No, hold on. Backstory
No,
on
no.
that.
I said my story first, and then you get to tell.
Go.
All right? You can fill in any details after the story.
Go.
All right? Tired of you
Well, tell
interrupting
your
me in my
story.
stories. All right? And yes, I will be
B.
redundant. I will.
The cutoff.
I will repeat things because I'm too stupid to properly make. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not
Please
professional.
resume, Mr. Abelish.
I bet.
All right. Right on McDonald's. You get there. All right. You're aware that you should use your points too because your points expire, as am I. I was then going to suggest the idea. Hey, you get me my nuggets for $2, a 10-piece, all right, and a basket of fries. I was going to pay you. I'm going to get an ice cream cone for Norma. That was the original idea. I never got to tell you that because then you said, "Oh, I'm going to use my points," and I was like, "Well, shit. I got my points still that I have to use." And so, all right, I'll try next time. I know. I see your hand raising. No.
I'm raising my hand.
No. All right. All right. And so it's like, you know what? I'll try to go get breakfast one of these days, this coming week, and use it for a sausage burrito. So instead of using my points, I go ahead and just use the $2 for a 10-piece deal button, and then I get a basket of fries. We're finally at the lane, right behind a car. Car finally moves forward. We do as well. But during that interaction of waiting for that car to move forward, I decide to go back. Now I finally remember why I went back. Because I wanted to see, can I change how I pay? Because I wanted to pay through the store rather than my mobile order. But I couldn't do that. And so from there, I go back into my order, saw that I couldn't change how I pay. So I go back and just like, all right, let's complete the order then again. And then I didn't notice this until you pointed it out through the receipt that when we got from the door one, I guess, pickup lane one, whatever it's called, that hey, they charged you the full amount for a 10-piece. It's the $2 one. All right.
You didn't notice?
I didn't notice. The first time I did go through the deal, it did have the price for $5.41, including taxes.
Mm-hmm.
But because I went back, for some reason the McDonald's app thought, oh, I guess you don't want to use the deal then. And I did notice it very quickly, but I thought nothing of it. Like, hey, do you want to use this deal? And it's like, I'm already using a deal. Why are you telling me this again? And now I'm thinking about it. It's like, oh shit, the app decided to not give me my deal and instead charged me the full amount for the 10-piece. And it wasn't until he got the receipt, he saw the price, like, hey, this is the full amount. And so we end up talking to the guy, hey, can you like do anything about this? He's like, oh no, we can't. You have to go through the company. And it's like, ah, shit. And then he was saying like, oh, you could talk to our manager. She's on the other window. All right. So we go over there. He gets the ice cream cone.
Y'all went to this one, right?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We went to a different one because we went to stop somewhere, dropped them off. We went to the nearest one from there, and instead of getting gas, we went to McDonald's, and then went all the way over here. Now, continuing on from where I said, he gets his ice cream cone first, and then we try to. Then he asked, "Hey, can we talk to one of the managers?" Because we wanted to say, "Can they fix this?" And so basically, a lot of stuff happens where essentially we delayed the amount of time it took to get over here. I don't know what that was. And so your ice cream cone was melting the entire time.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it looked the way it did. Though then again, I saw
It
it.
looked sketchy.
It was just melted a lot. And so we just like, He was. I kind of thought about it as like I'll probably have to eat the loss until I call them, and I was like, I'm gonna get revenge for this. Not through them because it's like they did nothing about it. I did do something. It's the app. It's the problem. I want revenge with that. I'll find a way. It's not with the employees. They did nothing. They have no control over it. I know that already. So the reason why your ice cream looks so weird was because it was already melting, and so by the time you got it, that's why it looked the way it did. Now then, your turn.
And here's my story in a complete short way. We went to McDonald's. He was gonna order something because he's losing points. He said snow cone. And you
I
told
did not say
me,
it was snow cone, ice cream
I'm
cone.
talking. Shut the fuck up. Okay, anyways.
See, that's what
You
you
told
did.
me Sunday. Okay, now he was talking about buying a what's it called, a snow cone with his points.
Ice cream cone.
So my hand, ice cream cone. I keep saying snow cone. So with the ice cream cone in the head, I forgot about your Sunday, so I ordered Sunday. I mean a snow cone. I keep saying snow cone.
I'm wondering if
Ice
what's
cream
with you?
cone. Because I'm on my daily. Anyways, long story short, I got you a snow cone instead of a sundae because I was thinking of ice cream when he want to use his points. He messed up an order. The deal didn't go through. So we're there waiting with the ice cream in our hands melting. And this is where it gets interesting because, folks, I didn't say this, but when I gave her the ice cream, I told her I have a backstory about the ice cream. And this is not the backstory. Whatever he was explaining was not the backstory. This is the backstory. As soon as we left, I noticed it's dripping. So I did what any husband would do and lick the top part and lick the sides.
And this is why I told you, you tell your side of the story.
I knew you did that.
Because I didn't want to
And
let you
that
out.
was a sketchy
You
I
part.
read
licked
yourself
the
out.
whole thing.
Yes.
And you licked it.
And she asked me, what did you do to it? I didn't do anything. I did what most husbands would do
No,
and
I
say,
told you something
it's
happened to
either let it drip in my hands or lick it.
No, no, no,
I
no.
licked it.
It was either let it drip in your hands into the car or lick it.
Oh, that sounds way better.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a little McDonald's incident, whatever, or not even an incident. Okay, Alex, ready? Your birthday is coming up. You're gonna turn, the big blah blah blah. Again, I don't want to say because
Yeah, 15 again.
21.
21 again. Let's go for it.
That was 15.
What's your biggest wish?
Wish?
Yeah,
I don't have a wish.
a goal. Then,
I don't have a goal.
what do you expect?
We can add one thing to this house. so
Like,
would
what
it
do
be?
you mean?
What's one
What do you mean go like goal in life, goal in...
anything?
I'm saying if he could do something for you, what would you want him to do?
Oh, I guess we can go to that direction.
Nothing. I don't have anything.
Let the record show that she said nothing, and if he does nothing, she has completed the task.
All right, viewers, our listeners, actually.
Please also know that she may or may not be drunk at the moment due to the daily.
Okay,
And I
guys.
haven't had anything.
She's not drunk, guys. She's not even buzzed, guys. He's just saying
She
that
had
'cause-
nothing, and she took possibly a bite of alcohol. So that means she may be incredibly drunk.
what you're saying is daily is basically like an ice snow cone.
That's
Actually,
probably
a
where you
snow
kept getting
cone. And probably I've been craving it. It's a snow cone. It's an ice type of ice, alcohol mixed
It's a
drink.
slushy. Ice
A
slushy.
daiquiri, strawberry daiquiri, slushy, margarita, whatever. And it's darn good. So that's what she's having right now. That's what I'm having now. Actually, I'm having pina colada. It's pretty good. But she is not drunk, guys. She's not an alcoholic. Sorry. I sneeze when I'm lying. I mean, not lying. Kidding. So, you're turning. And there's nothing you're looking forward to?
Is there a place you would want to go to if you knew you could trust your children? A place while you enjoy
No,
it?
because I would want them to go with me.
Okay.
Where would you
so
want
look,
to go with
there-
the children?
we're going somewhere now. We're going somewhere. So for your birthday, you want to go as a family
Yeah.
to a restaurant or something eat here to go
No, out to eat.
Okay, out to eat and eat over there, not bring it in. Okay.
No takeout.
So you're saying as a family, although you are ignoring the fact that we have dogs that too wants,
Yeah.
to eat this
No.
delicious
And your
birthday
and
food.
your brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law too.
Yeah. Ignoring those.
No windows. Absolutely. And it's on a Wednesday too, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So this restaurant's called. Okay, let's cut it down. Category wise.
Not hamburgers or tacos, nothing
Simple fast food. No.
Okay, no fast food. Done. So it's like a Mexican restaurant, Italian restaurant,
Olive Garden.
Italian restaurant. Well, technically it's Italian, right? Or
Honestly,
no?
Olive Garden's more of a fast food place to me.
Yeah, because they
So
have
no
like that.
Olive
Well, all
Garden.
restaurants are fast food. to me.
Yes and no.
technically no, because fast food restaurants more defined as their whole thing's about speed and,
Yeah, that's
and
impressive.
efficiency. Did she make that?
No.
I don't know what I heard something about.
You know, you could have fooled us and said yes, and then pick it up later without us knowing.
Yeah. It's like
So a restaurant, but you don't know which
Oh,
restaurant.
what do you think I should eat at?
It's,
Alright.
it's you.
if
I mean,
you don't want to eat her place, would you want?
No, I
something
do
else?
want to eat.
All right, there we go. Now, no, she does in fact want nothing except to eat at a place. Be honest.
Chinese.
is that what you want?
wanna
Chinese?
eat at a Chinese place.
What do you mean? Like Royal
Should
Inn?
we do Chinese or no?
I think you
I
guys
don't
get
know
it.
what I want.
You
It's
probably
all
go
up to
somewhere
you.
you haven't gone.
Unless you want me to choose, and you know me, I'll
Yeah.
choose something for my selfish reasonings.
What would you choose?
Let's see.
You
Mama
could go back
Margie's.
again to okay.
What?
Go to Applebee's,
Or Chili's.
Roadhouse.
Or
Not
Applebee's.
Chili's.
No, not Applebee's. No, yeah, not
I
Chili's.
haven't really. Actually, I may have gone to Applebee's. I don't know. I feel like maybe I've gone there once.
Applebee's
Mama
okay.
Margie's was good the last
I've never
time.
gone there.
Mama Margie has
The
some
cheese is good.
badass chips and queso.
Mhm.
And baked cheese not bad either. It's pretty good.
Maybe Mama Margie's. Maybe.
I know you always want to go to Cheesecake Factory, but since that day I took my friend and Valentina out, you never ever wanted to go there anymore.
What happened?
Oh, I was working, and it so happened that he ended up going to the mall with his friends, and they ended up eating at the Cheesecake Factory.
I did not vote for Cheesecake
What do you
Factory.
mean working?
I was
You
over the
worked at
road.
Cheesecake Factory?
No, I was working downtown.
Oh.
Basically, she's been wanting to go to Cheesecake Factory, and she always tells me she wants to go. I'm like, no. And then we went to the mall with a friend of mine and another friend of mine, and they wanted to go to Cheesecake Factory because it was just right there. I was over the road and I ate there, and I didn't think about it, consider the feelings of my wonderful wife over here, that this would turn into
Well,
a
would it
murder
have been
house.
future wife? Or was it actual wife?
Huh?
Was it future wife or was it? Oh, she was your wife.
I think fiance.
Yeah.
Yeah, fiance. She was my fiance.
Yeah, future wife.
Future wife. Yeah. But
They're funny.
so okay. So we're at the point where she doesn't know what she wants to eat. Let it be known she doesn't want. She doesn't know,
No.
and she cannot be mad if I choose something.
Well, first of all,
That she doesn't want.
That's my thing.
No,
Let
you're
it be known.
gonna-
Oh, hold on.
You're-
Hey, well, hush. Go.
Let it be known. Only I'm allowed to do this. This kind of. What was that?
Shots fired.
Oh, okay. All right. Now continue being drunk and then I'll figure it out.
Hey.
Say things.
Just because I'm on my fifth one doesn't mean shit. Okay.
Yes, you take 5 spoonfuls and you're already like this.
Oh. Sorry. The pina
Let me know. He
colada.
still only has one of those things, and he's already said it's 5.
Yeah.
6
But,
spoons.
Although her birthday's on Wednesday, she wants to go on a dinner for sure. And probably, I guess with the kids, I thought we were gonna have a babysitter. But jokes aside, today, we're just gonna drink dailies. Probably till like 3 in the morning.
What's that?
And most likely we're gonna end it at midnight or 1 o'clock and just fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Last time, I think yesterday, I think when he hit it 2, right? Just 2, and then we called it a night. Oh, it was two dailies, and I had a whiskey, and that's funny, dude, because we poured a whiskey on a shot glass, and she was saying, scam, that's a double shot, and because it looked big, so we got one of the regular shots. She poured it, and it looked like, because I was giving her only a half a shot, and she thought it was like a full shot, a 2 shot, whatever. So she poured in the regular shot, and it was half a shot still. Or what's a full shot?
It was the glass. No, it was half.
Half.
Because the glass, it's a shot glass, but it makes it look bigger because it's like a double glare.
Oh, glaze.
Like the glass, the way they make the glass makes it look big.
Anyways, we both trying to drink at the same time.
We
And
couldn't.
confession time. I was not gonna drink it. I was gonna make her drink it. but then she pulled the same thing too. Like she pretended she was gonna drink it too, and she didn't. And we both confessed, yeah, I can't do this anymore. I can't take a shot. I mean, maybe I can if I was, buzzed.
Maybe not that drink.
Maybe, yeah.
Whiskey is strong.
It's smooth. If it's I never tried it icy, but it's smooth. This whiskey we're talking about is called Crown Royal. It's pretty good. But
I've never seen anybody take a shot of Crown Royal.
you haven't met me. Nah, I'm not an alcoholic, guys. I drink for pleasure. No, that wrong choice. I drink
For fun.
yeah, for fun.
Yeah.
Recreationally. Okay, yeah, let's use that
It's
word.
not a daily thing.
It's not a daily thing.
You know you are drinking dailies.
It's not a forced daily thing. But nah, we just got Dr. B and mixed it instead, so it'll go down easier.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. We did not regret that decision. But no, after that we just got sleepy and we just went to sleep. So probably do the same thing today. Probably on the second, just I don't know. I don't think whiskey. I'm not down with whiskey today. So it's like a mini celebration, me and her, just to talk away. I guess figure out where we want to go eat on that Wednesday, and then
I want to buy balloons.
What kind?
Number 2 and number
1.
You're going to jail.
So today is just to drink. Wednesday's me taking her out to eat,
I understand now.
and then maybe Saturday or Sunday. That's the whole family.
Yeah.
But no, my mom. Okay. My mom,
I
our
want
mom,
to do it on Sunday.
our mom. We're gonna go. We always eat at their house. Like mostly, like 9 out of 10 times we go out to eat with their house.
Mhm.
I'm pretty damn well sure she's having cake for you waiting for tomorrow. Just re-celebrating.
Tomorrow.
No, I don't know. Oh, I haven't told her yet that not to celebrate Wednesday. So she might not give you cake tomorrow. Anyways, so this is mostly like an early birthday, I guess a
I
pre-birthday.
think my birthday gift is my baby.
Yes, our daughter, our lovely daughter, and our other lovely daughter.
And our little son.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have 3 other daughters. Don't forget that.
Heck yeah, that's what I was talking about.
They're my Christmas gift. Oh no, Jingo was my Christmas gift. He was our first scout.
Yeah, dog named Jibble.
Then started.
Yeah, it was like a long time ago though. But he got run over. This
Oh,
house.
that one.
Yeah, one. I know. That was
It
sad.
was sad. I was crying.
I do remember that.
And your mom and dad were just like, what just happened?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I remember that. Yeah, I basically remember her crying.
Yeah, who would?
See,
Oh.
see, one of your girls.
No,
Well, it's
her
because-
leg hurts her.
It's because I accidentally touched Chloe's leg, and she has like I don't know something in her leg hurts her or something. She's sensitive with that leg, so she growled. So since Chloe's a little chihuahua, by the way, since she growled, our big dog started growling, like telling her shut up, basically. Showing teeth. Actually showing teeth. So.
No, because she's sleepy. Starting
Oh,
sleepy.
yeah, our big
Look at
dog.
her
Too.
eyes.
We always say she's 13 every freaking year.
Yeah. We don't know how old she is anymore.
We lost track. We got her in 2014, 2015 when she was 7.
Yeah. Now
So
it's
7, 6. She's 13.
How
I don't know. I don't know how she's still
So she's
13.
91.
is she always 13?
Yeah, 91.
We tell everybody she's 13 every year.
Since when we're 25.
Yeah.
So basically she's supposed to be like 16 years old then.
Mhm.
But whatever. Yeah. Alright. Do you have anything to say to these lovely
15.
listeners? Yeah. About
Like
15?
about what?
Anything?
No.
No.
Live your life, have fun.
There you go. You heard her. Straight from the woman who's going to turn
Be free.
2-1 in about a couple of days. You've been listening to Abelish and B. Until next time. Yes. That was my daughter saying, bye, bitches. All right.
Probably
Latest.
do say that.